Welcome to MythBusters, the Pasco eSchool edition. Thanks for your interest in Pasco eSchool. The following video addresses some common myths for you to consider as you decide if full-time eSchool is a good fit for you.
Virtual work can be completed in less time than it would take in a traditional school.
No way. I spend about 6 to 7 hours a day working on my virtual courses, the same or even more than I did when I was in a traditional school. I have a quiet place where I can do my schoolwork so I can concentrate and not get distracted by the TV, my family, or things going on in the house. I am also required to be enrolled in 6 courses per semester, the same as in a traditional school.
Parents won't be involved in their child's education if the student is a full-time Pasco eSchool student.
As a Pasco eSchool parent, I am very involved in my child's education. At the beginning of the school year, we have welcome calls with each teacher so that my daughter and I can both speak with each teacher, get to know them, and they can get to know us, and we can find out what the expectations are throughout the school year. And we also touch base with the teacher once a month to get an update on how our child is doing in the class, how their grades are looking, whether or not they're on pace. So it's very interactive. You're working a lot with your child and with their teachers. You're in constant contact over the phone, text messages, FaceTime, virtual lessons. So it's extremely interactive, and you are definitely a part. It's different than homeschooling because you're not teaching your child, but you're there kind of as a coach in the background, and you have access to everything.
Pasco eSchool is not as academically challenging as a traditional school.
Pasco eSchool courses meet state guidelines and have been approved by the Florida Department of Education and meet NCAA requirements. The courses have been developed by leading curriculum experts. We offer many advanced placement courses, and students may enroll in dual enrollment courses if they meet the requirements. Students may also work ahead of their pace charts if they want, but can't fall behind.
There is no teacher interaction or support in Pasco eSchool.
That is not true. I have more one-on-one interactions with my teachers in my online courses than I did in my traditional school, even though I saw my teachers every day. I have found it easier to ask questions by scheduling an appointment with my teacher, emailing, or texting than by raising my hand in class. I felt shy and didn't want people to know I didn't understand. Full-time eSchool students are required to interact in regular communication, such as welcome calls, monthly calls, collaborations and live lessons, and discussion-based assessments. Discussion-based assessments are required when you finish a module. You must schedule an appointment with your teacher and ask questions about the module you just finished. You must pass your discussion-based assessments.
Full-time eSchool students do not have any opportunities to socialize.
Actually, I'm still able to participate in activities that my zone school can provide. Pasco eSchool also offers their own academic and social events, like field trips and movie nights. We even have a National Honor Society who are taking a senior trip.
Students do not have to work independently.
I must organize my time and motivate myself to get my work done. No bell is ringing to tell me which class to be working on, and no teacher is standing over my shoulder telling me to get busy. I make a to-do list so I can always be on pace. It is up to me to reach out to my teacher if I get stuck. I can call, text, email, or schedule an appointment to get extra help if I need it.
Pasco eSchool students can work at their own pace.
I wish. I must stay on track for graduation, so it's required that I stay on pace. Each class has its own pace chart, and I print it so I know exactly what's due each week in each course. Each class has its own pace chart, but it's usually about 3 to 4 assignments a week. You can't be on pace if you don't know what you're supposed to be submitting. The teachers will begin calling you or your parents if you're not on pace, and you could be at risk of being dropped from the program.
Virtual courses are so much easier than regular courses.
Sorry, but no, they are not easier than courses in a traditional school. It is still school. You are just taking your courses from home. Virtual courses are aligned to rigorous state standards. They require active participation, and the teachers are certified teachers. I am required to take all state assessments at the eSchool computer lab. I also must pass the final course exam to earn credit for the course. I can take the course exam from my computer at home, unless I am notified that I will be required to take a proctored exam.
Virtual courses require less reading and writing than a traditional school.
Not true. I spend more time reading and writing than I did in my traditional school. I must read the lesson, watch videos, and read the instructions. I can reach out to my teacher if I have questions, and one benefit is that I can go back and reread the lessons as much as I want because the courses are open 24/7. Most of my schoolwork requires written responses, papers, or multimedia projects.
The virtual school environment lacks integrity because students can cheat their way through their courses.
Not even close. All written work runs through a plagiarism software that's installed in the virtual school's learning management system. I also have to showcase my understanding of the lessons by completing discussion-based assessments, where I talk to my teacher about what I learned. Just because it's online doesn't mean that virtual school tolerates cheating.
Pasco eSchool does not monitor student attendance.
Pasco eSchool staff are required to monitor your attendance, but it is a different way than the traditional school. It is not based on the number of hours you spend online. It is based whether you are on pace. Truancy measures may be implemented through Pasco eSchool social worker if you are not on pace. You really want to always be on pace so you can graduate on time. Usually, when you stay on pace, you finish before the traditional school is over, and that is super cool.
Pasco eSchool offers less course offerings than the traditional school.
Pasco eSchool offers over 100 courses and is always adding more based on students' needs and interests. There are advanced placement courses, career education courses, world languages, academic electives, and fine art electives.
Now that we've busted all those myths, it's time to ask yourself, is Pasco eSchool a good fit for you? Are you self-motivated? Do you have a quiet place to work? Do you work independently? Do you like to read? Do you reach out for help when you get stuck? Are you tech savvy? Do you have a way to get to our location for required meetings and testing? Are you willing to put in 6 to 7 hours per day on the computer to stay on pace? If so, we look forward to hearing from you here at Pasco eSchool. Stay tuned to hear why students, parents, and teachers choose Pasco eSchool.
I chose Pasco eSchool because of the flexibility it provides with doing sports and having a job and being able to be that flexible while still doing my schoolwork at the same time.
The staff is wonderful. The whole entire faculty is amazing. You can reach everybody. You don't have to wait a long time to hear back from someone. You can just pick up the phone and call. You can text, you can email, you can FaceTime. They get back to you right away. They're very flexible and understanding, and it's just a very relaxed environment.
I like it because it's flexible, especially with all the time, and it's easier for me to get things done faster, and it helps when I'm sick. I can just do it and I don't have to miss any work, and it's all there for you right when you need it.
I like working for Pasco eSchool because we utilize 21st century workplace skills and prepare our students for an environment and a career that utilizes technology.
We've been with Pasco eSchool for a long time, and we've really grown to love it. I feel that it's grown quite a bit. It's done improvements every year, and my daughter has really flourished. She's really grown into somebody I hardly recognize at times. Her writing, everything's improved. And I think that is due to all the very good special teachers around.
I chose Pasco eSchool because it allows me to focus on the true meaning of school, getting an education. Instead of worrying about peer pressure or anxiety, for example, I'm able to direct all of my attention to what I'm learning. Going to online school isn't really about having a shorter school day. It's meant to give kids like me the opportunity to truly grow, so that when the day comes, I can face anything.
I chose Pasco eSchool because I was desperate for a school that made me feel confident in my education and school environment.
I enjoy the flexibility it allows me to take. I can go on a trip anywhere, and I can just plug into the hotel's Wi-Fi that we stay at, and I can make sure I don't get behind in my courses when we go on the trips.
What we really like about Pasco eSchool for our family is the ability to have the flexibility, and they give her a challenge because she's a little more advanced than most, so she's not going to be bored doing her subjects.